Has Apple scared investors even more with its December quarter earnings report? This is Dan Gallagher from MarketWatch. Apple on Wednesday reported results for its first fiscal quarter, which included the big holiday sales period. iPhone sales were nearly 48 million units. This is a record for the smartphone, but it was still mostly in line with what Wall Street was expecting, so earnings were relatively flat, while sales saw a modest gain. Because this is Apple, they have such large expectations on them that the shares are now down more than 10% after losing more than a quarter of their value over the last 3 months. Precisely because the report did not exactly allay the fears that people have that demand for the iPhone might be slowing down and that the company faces some other challenges as far as keeping up with its very strong past performance. On the conference call today, CEO Tim Cook addressed questions about iPhone demand. There's been a lot of reports that the company has been cutting back component orders for the phone, suggesting that demand is falling. Cook suggested that people should be very cautious about taking these kinds of reports as accurate, though he didn't exactly say whether or not they were true, whether the company was seeing a drop-off in demand or not. So what we're seeing now with Apple is that investors are a little more concerned that the days that the company had this hyper growth are now behind it, but now the shares are down well below $500. So it'll be interesting to see if the company enjoys the bullish support it's seen from Wall Street up until now, or if more analysts will start rethinking some of their ratings and viewpoints for the stock. Another factor that analysts will have to consider, though, is that the company has changed how it's forecasting its results, and they now say that they're trying to forecast a little more accurately for what they think their performance is going to be. They've had a reputation for a long time of relatively lowballing these forecasts. So it'll be interesting to see how brokers take that into account as far as what their predictions are for Apple in future periods.